Welcome to Week 2. As you can see here in our module, this week is all about going inside the machine to uncover exactly how science news gets made. Every day, you see bold, definitive science headlines on your phone. A new diet cures cancer. A new AI model breaks all limits. You read the headline, absorb the claim as a fact, and keep scrolling. But the scientists who actually conduct that research rarely speak in absolutes. Their work is cautious, highly specific, and filled with conditional language. Between that careful laboratory research and the bold headline on your screen is a highly active communication machine. We call it the pipeline. At every single stop along this route, nuance is cut and certainty is added. To understand what a scientific study actually proved, we have to stop accepting the polished end product. We need to learn how to trace that pipeline backward. Let's start at the very end of the pipeline, with the finished news article and its headline. News editors write headlines to maximize clicks in a crowded social media feed. In a short, punchy sentence, there is zero room for caveats. A tentative correlation found in a lab is flattened into a definitive cure. If we step one hop backward, we find the primary text that reporters actually rely on. This is the hidden first hop, the institutional press release. Universities and journals employ public information officers, or PIOs. Their job is to translate dense academic papers into compelling, accessible stories that will attract the attention of busy journalists. In the process of making that science sound exciting, hype often creeps in. PIOs might oversimplify the science or exaggerate its real-world impact. In technology reporting, this frequently looks like benchmark inflation, where a minor lab result is framed as a massive industry breakthrough. General assignment reporters working on tight deadlines rarely have time to read a 50-page academic study. They rely directly on the press release, copying the PIO's hype straight into the mainstream news cycle. Have you ever wondered how 5 different news outlets manage to publish a story about the exact same scientific discovery at the exact same minute? That coordination happens through journal embargoes. These are strict agreements dictating exactly when new research can be reported to the public. Journalists get early access, but they must wait for a specific release time, which reliably creates a wave of identical pack mentality coverage. To find the truth, we have to bypass that media wave and step backward to the final destination, the original study itself. This is the raw material before the media machine altered it. Before a journal publishes that material, it undergoes peer review. Independent experts evaluate it to ensure sound methods. It's a rigorous filter, though not an absolute guarantee. Sometimes researchers bypass this by posting preprints, complete manuscripts lacking formal peer review. So the complete reverse journey maps out like this. We start at the digital headline, step back to the news article, trace that to the university press release, and finally arrive at the original study. Recognizing these specific stages and understanding the actors operating at each one is the only way to accurately identify exactly where the truth was stretched. This brings us to your primary assessment for Week 2, located right here in the module. For Source Trail Map number 1, you'll be reverse engineering a specific science story to reveal the paper trail behind its claims. Your first task is to select a current, freely accessible science news article published within the last 2 weeks. Next, you will map its origins. You need to locate the middleman press release, find the original study, determine whether it was peer-reviewed or a preprint, and secure a stable DOI link. Looking here at the assignment rubric, the analysis and reflection section is where you earn your points. You need to write 150 to 200 words, pinpointing exactly where the language shifted or the hype crept in between the study and the news coverage, and you must cite all your sources in APA format. Once you build your math, you will share your discoveries on our discussion board, titled How Many Steps from Study to Article. As the prompt shows, you will post the exact number of stages you found and share what surprised you about the process. Please note the strict AI policy for this assignment. You may use AI tools to clarify dense scientific jargon or check your APA formatting, provided you include the mandatory disclosure statement. However, you cannot use AI to locate the original study or write your reflection. Your completed source trail map and your initial discussion post are due by Sunday, September 6th. Do not just passively read the headline. Ask where the story came from and follow the trail to find out.